Hey y'all, thank y'all for tuning in to the first episode of The Remedy. I'm your host, Alora.
And I'm Lucky.
And today's episode, we're going to be talking about old school versus new school rap music. Before we do get into our first topic, we are going to go ahead and talk about this current event, which is the presidential election that went down on Tuesday. What are your opinions about what's going on right now?
To be uncut with it, complete bullshit. You know how I feel. Trump was a horrible selection, but my only solution to it, man, get money, do what you got to do. All this man in the office for them 4 years and get him up out of there. Get him the fuck up out of there, ASAP.
What do you think this means for America?
It kind of was a wake up call, just to show us that whatever they want to do can be done in this country, and different things are not frowned upon that used to be. It's like we're losing our morals. Look at the first lady. Have you ever seen anything like that in your life?
Not from a first lady, but remember, the same people that voted for him are the same people who had a problem with Michelle having her shoulders out. So, where's the logic behind that? On that current event, we don't really want to get too deep into it because people are very, very sensitive when it comes down to politics. If you did go out and vote, good job. If you didn't, good job. At the end of the day,
for those of us that couldn't vote, Black Power.
At the end of the day, it is what it is. He's the president. Well, he will be in January for the next 4 years. So, like he said, after that, let's get him the fuck up out of there.
ASAP.
But on to the topic today, old school versus new school rap. What we're going to do, we're going to start off with our 3 favorite old school rappers versus our 3 favorite new school rappers. For me, my 3 old school favorite would have to be, of course, Tupac, Biggie, and I'm going to go with Lil Wayne.
Okay, so let me just ask you one question for the Tupac. What reason would that be? Why is he one of your favorites?
Tupac is one of my favorites because in his music, yeah, he had gangster rap and things like that, but he still had music that was more so empowering. I would say he had a message behind a lot of his music as well. Even as far as telling women, like, keep your head up. Even, as far as, like, just telling women it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep on doing what you're doing. You matter, too. We don't get that a lot in today's rap music. These rappers are very disrespectful when it comes to women, in my opinion.
Definitely. That's why, just to say salute to different artists like Wale and things like that, that continue to uplift our women, you know what I mean? You need that in the game. But as far as me, for my favorite old school rappers, I have to say Jay-Z is my number one. Fab is still current, but he's been in the game just about as long as some of them cats. So he's definitely on my top. And I have to say Jadakiss is one of them as well.
Jadakiss? Why Jadakiss?
Man, that man right there has always delivered straight, uncut, raw lyricism and talent that you can never deny. And he never got the public notice that I think Holmes should have got, but he always kept the streets happy and kept the underground happy. And there's nobody in the industry that ever had a bad word to say about that man, point blank period. So salute the Kiss, man. Give me a track, B.
All right. So who is your 3 favorite new school rappers?
So Dave East out of Harlem, definitely number 1. He signed.
Who?
Dave East.
Okay.
He signed by Nas. He picked him up a little while ago. Dude is very lyrical, and he's on a lot of the greats that we've known to listen to. Put him on features on their CDs, and a lot of the new artists as well. A lot of people be hating on Lil Uzi, man. I'm fucking with Lil Uzi. Some of his shit is off the wall, don't get me wrong. But like out of the new cat, I fuck with Holmes. His first mixtape that I listened to, I was rocking with that shit. That Who the Fuck Are You? That shit was on that top. And number 3, I have to say, man.
It's that hard, huh?
Right. Man, I listen to a lot of music, man. So I'm gonna go with I'm gonna say somebody out west. I Am Soup, out of Richmond, California. Holmes, nice, very lyrical. He's got a crazy beat selection. He got a stupid following, and he still ain't even signed to a major label yet. So
Okay, well, my 3 new school rappers, even though I don't have any really, but I'm gonna say I listen to the Migos all the time because their music is right. It's real catchy. It's different. They influence a lot of other rappers who are now starting to rap just like the Migos. But you know, no shade, just facts. But I fuck with the Migos, especially because I'm from the A. Duh. But anyway, I also like B.O.B.
Straight up.
I like B.O.B. and I also like the old Kanye. Not this, whoever the fuck he is. I don't know who this new Kanye is, but I respect his lyrics and things like that. But I like the old Kanye when he first came out.
Indeed. I would have to agree with that. But recently, some of his newer stuff, he kind of went back to his old ways, his old lyricism. So, you know, we have to see what unfolds with Kanye if he get away from the Kardashians. But
We ain't gonna touch on that topic. That's a topic for a whole nother episode.
what the fuck?
Okay, so now a lot of people say that back in the day, you would have to have talent, you know, in order to actually make a stain or actually make it on the radio. You know, people were out selling their CDs and doing things like that. Why do you think that today, or what do you think has led to so many artists being able to break through those barriers that even those talented artists can't do?
Just like you said, it's the internet era now. It's about marketing. And so one thing that I've seen with a lot of these new artists, they continue to be in your face, whether it's them doing something ridiculous.
Turn it down a little bit.
Whether it's them doing something ridiculous or just, you know, being outrageous. Like, look at how Young Thug dresses, like that raised eyebrows. I don't agree with that because you would never see me in any of that attire. But, you know, more power to you, bro. But yeah, just staying on the internet, keep putting videos out, keep putting blogs out, just stay in their face, man, to stay relevant. And we've seen plenty of artists in the past that really didn't have talent breakthrough too. So it's kind of an easier game now because you have more of a platform to independently put yourself up. So
yeah, well, I agree to a certain extent. I feel like a lot of people that run the media and things like that, it's kind of like they're pushing out really bullshit, to be honest, just to keep us talking, to keep us distracted. Really, that's how I look at a lot of these new school rappers. It's like they're big distractions. When I see certain things that is allowed to even let pass in the hip hop community, I'm a little baffled because it's like back in the day, you would never have seen a rapper put on a fucking dress. I don't care what her designer made it, what album cover it was for. A rapper is supposed to be a certain person. And when I see people like Young Thug, it's kind of like when in the Boondocks, Gangstalicious. And it's kind of like, you know, I don't know. Like I said, to me, it's just a lot of gimmicks going on, and it's really sad for the artists who are really, you know, talented.
I mean, I'm agree with you there. There's definitely that in the game, and it's always been that. You know what I mean? Like, it just so happened when it was in the 90s and the early 2000s, what was marketable then was the real gangster shit. You know what I'm saying? They was promoting the gang banging heavier. That's why you had artists like Snoop and all of these West Coast artists hit the scene real hard because they was pushing. That was the nonsense back then. But now the LGBT community is the thing that's, you know, the new it now. So that's what they trying to push on us, you know.
I don't know. I just feel like hip hop had a certain personification coming up. Like everybody wanted to be one of the rappers or be cool enough to even listen to hip hop and wear the shoes that they talking about, wear the clothes that they're talking about, drink what they drinking, you know. So and it's like honestly now the music is nothing coming behind it. It's no message. Basically, and I say this all the time. Basically, you listening to dope ass beats and them telling you go fuck everything raw. Don't pull out, make some babies, go get high, drink some lean, wake up,
Well,
get money. fuck bitches.
It's like this though. That all
with a dope ass beat.
That all depends on the type of artist you listen to too, because you know. It's
I'm talking about mainstream artists.
But it's a couple of mainstream artists out there too that is kicking some positive shit. But for the most part,
they don't get played.
Yeah, they.
That's the whole problem. That's what I'm saying. Right now, the media actually goes after the gimmick rappers. They're the ones who are getting glorified. When you have people like Wale, people like Kendrick Lamar, you know, that are underrated. In my opinion, Fabulous even. Fabulous been out, like you said, for a long time, but he don't get nearly the amount of respect and the amount of publicity that he should get.
Because he's not going to compromise himself.
Because he's not going to compromise himself.
Same thing with Jada, because those type, that's why I have so much respect for them type of artists, because they've been in the game for so long, and they never had to change their identity or the type of person they was, you know, to keep their fame. You know, they kept their fame, but you think they give a damn about getting that MTV spot or something like that? Shit, they cash still good, please.
Okay, so we done talked about our favorite, basically mainstream. Well, you had some that I never heard of, but I know you know music. I'm not really into music like that. But who are your underground or underrated artists that you feel like should be further than they are right now? And we're gonna do 2 of them.
Big Crit, man. That shit is like self-explanatory. Home make his own beats, they all fire. Lyrical, he's not talking about the same shit. His shit varies from, you can listen to him and get some old school Pimp Bun B type shit, or he gonna kick it to you real political conscious type, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, to me, he's like a mixture of Kanye, me, Outkast, like real talk. So he's definitely one that doesn't get the shine that he should, but it's coming, believe.
Okay, and the second one?
Who I said as a new artist, Dave East, cause man, just go listen to him. I ain't even gonna talk about it.
Tell them a song that they should go and look
up. Man, just to get somebody to listen to him, they ain't really got into it, and they kind of buy some stuff. It's a little party record. It's a song with him and Skipper the Flipper, and it's called All I Know. So go pull that up. You'll hear him.
What's his name again?
Dave East.
Dave East. And what's the song?
All I Know.
All I Know by Dave East. Go show us some love, y'all. We got to get these underground artists, you know, some love. I would say my underrated artist would have to be, I already said, Fabulous and B.O.B. because I love B.O.B. Yeah. I love B.O.B. for a long time. And he always has a message behind his music. He is honestly, to me, before his time. Like I said, it's kind of self-explanatory too. He's dope. Yeah. But he doesn't get that shine because he's another one who will not compromise.
Yeah, definitely.
So, but what we're gonna do, we're gonna just go ahead and just let y'all know. Basically, the whole point of this episode was just giving our insight on the music industry today. Well, not really the music industry, just rap. And who some of our favorite artists are versus, you know, our underrated artists. So what we are gonna say is go ahead, take some time to give somebody love that is not one of the mainstream artists. You know, everybody has to start somewhere. So don't always go after the mainstream just because they popping.
Definitely, man. There's a lot of local people you can check out. You know, a few personally ourselves that people can go check out, man, and we definitely push them by word of mouth and on the internet.
Yeah, we may put them up on our page later on. So y'all make sure y'all like the video, subscribe, share. We're trying to at least get it up to 1,000 views by the end of the week. So y'all help us out. Again, I'm Alora Tafaria.
And I'm Lucky.
And this is your first episode of The Remedy. We out. Yeah.